Good morning, everybody. Today is May the 27th, and I'm super excited. The sun's out. It's not raining. It's not freezing. We are somewhat all pretty much vaccinated now. World is opening back up, and gosh, I never thought about a year later we would be in this position, but I'm super glad. I'm glad to get the mask off of my face. I hope y'all are too, and get back out there and see people and visit with people and protect people. And it's just such a comforting feeling to know we can get back out there and get in the homes and shake people's hands without just doing a fist bump and get back to the ways. So I'm super excited about this. Everything is picking up. We've got agents out there that are protecting like crazy. We had yesterday was one of the largest written days that's this territory has had in a long time. So I'm very optimistic. And as you know, I get pretty fired up about this because I love protecting people. I love protecting families, and I love the idea to be able to go into a home and take care of that family and be that agent that at one time, and you'll hear me say this all the time, one day, no matter what, as long as that policy is enforced, somebody's going to use it. It's going to be used and it's going to be appreciated. And it's such a good just feeling to know that. So super excited and super excited about today. So, anyways, for those of y'all that don't know me, my name is Keelan Johnson. I'm a real life person from Georgetown, Texas. And as you can see in this picture, we just had our third live training last month. And there will be another training coming up in June, and it will be on June the 25th. I'm sorry, maybe the 18th or 25th. I'm looking at both of those dates, but you'll see a flyer come out probably by the end of this week or first part of next week. It'll be on a Friday from 10 to 5. And if you've never been to Georgetown, Texas, I think you would really like it. I think you would really enjoy it. It's a beautiful town. It's got a lot to do, a lot to eat, a lot to drink, lot to shop. Just a really neat, iconic, historic town, and on a beautiful square. So bring your significant other, your spouse, yourself, your kids, or whoever. Come enjoy a day or two down in Georgetown, and we would love to have you. And the cool part about what we do, and the cool part about being down here, it's not about always just learning from what I'm teaching you, which I'll teach you the nuts and the bolts of how to write a policy, how to buy leads, how to work leads, how to submit policies, overcoming objections, visiting, making sure you have a warm market, your centers of influence, a lot of deep dives into how branding, how we need to be in this business, so to speak, but also listening and hearing from your peers. That's what I really, really love about it being in person is you've got there's a lot of knowledge in the room, a lot of peers. And every time we do this, it really, really just blows my mind and boggles my mind about the thought processes that come from other agents, other experienced tenure agents getting around in a group of about 12, 11, 12, or 13, a local quaint group that we can all share ideas, sharpen our swords, and really focus on how are we going to take this and how are we going to go protect other people and protect other families. You see up here, I always love to do this, and created a little, kind of a Texas icon, if you will, right up here in the top about protecting people and protecting families, and always making an allude to being a sheriff of your town, being the sheriff of your local community, being the sheriff of your people, being the sheriff of your core loved ones, and that means you protect them. That means you're a protector. And so I would love to see any and all. I know sometimes it's a stretch and a drive, but I think you'll really enjoy the day and the town, and get some good shopping and some fun and some food and some training. So when I do release that, the space will be limited to the first 12 or 13, and you'll get an SNL shirt and a lanyard. I believe in branding and would love to see you there. So Anyways, for those of y'all that are brand new on the phone, I do this, but I hate to be redundant for those of y'all that don't know me, but this is me. I'm a real life person, and I've been in the insurance business. Well, I got my license in year 2000, so that would be what, 21 years. Wow, time crazy. But I've been in the insurance industry for that long, all the way from I cut my teeth on long-term or short-term lifetime disability. I was out working with contractors and roofers and plumbers out in the field. And then I was recruited by farmers to take over a farmers agency out in Little Brady, Texas. Ran it for 5 years and sold it because of the housings and grew it fivefold, which was wonderful. I took over a bank's insurance department, and we had two locations with about 5,000 policies, and then moved to Temple or Salado, Texas, and was the assistant district manager and business consultant for Farmers Insurance for 6 years, district manager, soon to be district manager there. And then my life took a little curve, which is wonderful. And I've been here with Security National Life for, well, since 2016. So this year will be my fifth or my sixth year. So anyhow, I say that to say this is that, when we look at things, and I had to kind of sit down one time and spend about a day, and I spent about a day or two or whatever, just kind of looking around, and I had a tool, I had a toolbox full of products. We start kind of go around the horn here, and you go from when you're a P&C agent, you've got auto insurance, you've got home insurance, you've got motorcycle insurance, you've got rental insurance, you've got commercial insurance, okay, and then you add all your life insurance things to it. You've got let me if y'all can mute everybody, I'm going to mute everybody here. That way there's no background noise, but uh, commercial insurance, and then you get into the life insurance products, and you've got term policies, you've got universal life policies. I was actually Series 6 and 63, so I could write variable life insurance policies, which means they're attached to the market. So you got VULs, you've got 401ks, you've got IRAs, okay? So you see where I'm going with this is that when you're in the insurance business, I had a lot of tools on my belt, similar to what most large agents have on their chest, on their belt. But when I looked around a room, I forgot where I was, and I looked around a room, and there were maybe 10 or 15, 20 people in this room, and I said, what is it though that everybody in this room needs? What is it that everybody at the end of the day is going to use? And there's a couple of things in life that happens. We're born, and then we have to typically pay taxes in some form, fashion, or way or the other, and then we die. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, but that's just those are three things that happen. So I looked at this right here, and I said, what is a constant here? And I looked at the word die and pass away. And I said, what happens there? When someone passes away, and I said, the funeral homes still need their money. The doctors are not free either, still need their money. People need money to take care of the end of the life things. And I said, here it is. Everybody needs this. And I said, this is a great opportunity for me not only to get into an industry and that we can protect people and help people make money while we do it, but we know at the end of the day, at the very end of the day, somebody is going to use this. There's going to be a beneficiary. There's going to be a daughter. There's going to be a son. There's going to be someone that is absolutely going to use our final expense life insurance. So that's why I'm here. I wanted an audience, and I wanted to help people. You wouldn't be in this business if you didn't like to help people and love to help people. That's why, that I get so passionate about it. Okay. That's why I get so fired up about it, because I do believe that this is one of the best opportunities that an agent can have in their life when they look at it. Because at the end of the day, you get Albert, Kelly, Larry, Mary, Mike, Raymond, Robert, Travis, Jill, everybody. When you start writing, and after you've written policies for a month, 2 months, 12 months, 24 months, and you look back, you're going to say, wow, how many families did I help? How many families was I able to take care of? How many families, are going to use this? Okay. So I really, really look back, and once, when you protect 100 people, 100 families, 200 families, one day somebody's going to come back to you, and probably not more than not. I mean, there's going to be more than one, and say thank you. Thank you for what you did. Thank you for writing a policy for mom and dad. Thank you for writing a policy for my brother. Every time we go around the room, and we have these groups come to the live meetings and things, there's always two or three people in there that go, you know what? And it's either a sad story or it's a good story, because they'll either say, gosh, you know what? I had a, you know, somebody passed away from COVID. I knew them. I didn't have a policy for them. Okay. And so it's always that way. So don't miss an opportunity. I know a lot of you may have other, products that you write, maybe not, but don't miss an opportunity to help people. Don't miss an opportunity to really do that. Okay. So I'm happy to be here this morning. I am super excited about this. I want to go a little bit different route this morning. I know there's new people on the line that want to learn how to write some policies, and I am going to go there. But I also want y'all to know two things here. So if you've got a pen and paper, bear with me here and help me out here. Write this down at the top, finalexpenselife.us, finalexpenselife.us. Why do I say that? This is a training website that I built, and it is for this purpose. This is my way to help you with the tools that you need. It's my way to make it and to attempt to make it the easiest way possible for you to get a hold of tools, get a hold of information. And this is where I can post stuff. This is like a bulletin board. This is like a running billboard for me to give to you. And as you see, when you scroll through it, we're going to be using it today. I've got some how-to sections right here. Okay, got how to sell policy in person right here, how to sell it over the phone, your rate calculator, extra tools in the field, downloading your state applications right here. Okay. And you'll see ordering leads. We're going to go over that a little bit today. There's the company's information, and there is my information. Okay. So write this down, save it to your home screen, save it to your phone, save it to wherever you can, your desktop, because I'm going to be referencing it. And if you ever ask me, like if you call me and say, hey, can you send me something, or where can I find this? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be right in here where I'm going to help you find it. Okay. So this is actually my tool chest too, where I can come give you tools if you need it, and I can let you borrow the tools or use them, if that's a good analogy. Right. So it allows me to be able to put things in here. Okay. It allows me to be able to help you the easiest way possible. Right. So save it to your home screen. If you don't know how to save a website to your phone, or to your Android or your iPhone, you can look at one of these little videos right here. It's a very simple little video, and this will help you download these things and save them to your phone, so that it's just a click away. So it's just a button away, and you can punch it. So I want to make, again, things so easy for you, and this is the way to do it. So watch this little video. It looks a lot like this. It's a very simple video from the company. I'll show you. So it looks a little bit like this. Don't mind the advertisement. We can't help that.
So you can save a lot. And if you book within 2 days.
There we go. So what's this?
You can add an app icon to the home screen of your iPhone or iPad for easy access to the agent portal. Open the agent portal website in your web browser. Tap the share button at the bottom of your screen. It's the one that looks like a box with an arrow pointing out of it. Then find the add to home screen button. You can rename the icon if you like. We're going to keep this as agent portal. And now you've got a shortcut added to your home screen. You can now access this from the home screen of your phone. And with just a tap, you've opened the agent portal.
All right, so there's a little video. And if you'll look right here, there's several things. I'm not going to go through all of them this morning, but several things that you'll see that you'll use. One of the newest things I have is a brand new YouTube channel. So today's training will be saved and recorded, and you can go to my YouTube channel. It looks a lot like this. Okay, so see these videos. So every week, I'll post a little video. So go in there and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can watch videos that I do each week. Okay. So there's recorded ones 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 days ago. Okay, so I'll be recording today's and I will be putting it here. So it's your business. You are the boss of your own business and you are the boss of your own sword. I want to help you out, but these are things that you can go watch. I know they're a little bit lengthy at time. I hope they go by fast, but if you just put a system into play, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. I want to really focus on creating a system for you, or helping you create your system when it comes down to working leads. Because I think it's really important, and I've had it on my mind a while as I've been training and working with people. I've had it on my mind about what are we doing? What systems are we putting into place? What system do you have to work leads? What system do you have every day to put on your shoes? What system do you have every day to make your coffee? Okay. You finally probably in your life figured out what kind of coffee you like and how you want it made. Do you want it black? Do you want it with 4 stevias? Do you want cream in it? Do you want this, that? You figured it out, and you typically will stick with that pattern. You will typically, because it works and it makes you happy, and the coffee tastes good for you. So so in the same way that works, the same way this business works. This is probably one of the easiest, is actually, as far as just writing the policy and sending it in, because believe you me, and I know most of you have too, we've seen other companies and other carriers out there that have long applications, long drawn out processes. I was with Farmers Insurance, and I'll tell you, I have a testimony. I had a term policy that I wrote when I was with Farmers, and it came up for renewal, and the term had run out. So I just talked to my Farmers agent, and I said, because he was like, well, what are we going to do with this? And I have 2 policies with Security National Life. So I have the max that I can have with Security National Life. So I said, what do we need to do? And he goes, well, we can roll it over and write, another term for 10 years, to cover you for another 10 years. I said, yeah, go ahead. But anyways, we went through the process there with him. This has been, a year ago. And my gosh, it took me 45 minutes. They were asking about my social security number. They're asking about my income, Medicare. I mean, every little thing that you can imagine on there. So you were very fortunate. For people that are brand new and for the people that have been on here, I see some very tenured people here, like Raymond all the way from Florida. It is a simple process, and we need to keep it simple. So that's what I want to help you do. That's what I want to help you do. So let's just keep it simple. Find people to talk to and rinse and repeat. Repeat. Okay. So as we go forward here, there's a couple of things I want to show you. You can watch these on your own, but uploading a document. So what happens here is that when you sell a policy in person, so if you see right here, how to sell a policy in person, when you write that paper application, you're going to upload it into the agent portal. And it's real simple. You see this agent portal 2.0 right here? This is your agent portal 2.0. This is what 2.0 looks like. So that this is 2.0, there's 1.0. Okay, so when you hear me talk about 1.0 or 2.0, 1.0 is the older version. We're still using it, okay? But 2.0 is the newest. And it's really cool because what they've done here on this 2.0, on the actual screen, you'll see you can upload policies, which means you can take a picture. I'll show you. Right here, if you've got this on your phone or on your iPad or anywhere, you can take a picture of it right here and upload it straight to the company. Okay, you can take a picture. You can also catch a file here and you can upload it from your computer. Okay, so if you have a scanner, if you're more of a scanner type person, then that's okay. Then you can really go in there, grab that file and upload it into your computer and send it to the company. Okay. Here's rate calculator. Everybody's going to need a rate calculator. I'm probably not going to go over that today, but go in there and play around with your rate calculator. A couple of things to be aware of in your rate calculator, okay, is this is what it looks like. Pretty self-explanatory. When you click final expense, you have your simple security plans. And by the way, again, if you have any questions along the road, just type it here. Okay, type it in your chat box. Okay, I'm going to go to everyone right here. So type it here in your chat box. Okay, so if you have any, that way I can make sure I cover all of them. But we have our simple security plan. This is our core product. This is our core product, simple security plan. That is our age 40 and above. And I'll show you that in a second also. Then we have our security care plan, our eye care, and then our MIB. And our MIB is our near guaranteed issue product there. Near guaranteed issue product is the MIB. SSP preferred, those simple security plan. So most of the time, probably I would say, well, I wouldn't say that about 92% of our policies within the company come from this one right here. Okay, maybe, excuse me, 6% come from here, then maybe 2% right here, and then even less than 1% coming out in the eye care, and I'll show you why anymore. But 92%, you're going to be into the simple security plan. So if you click right here in this preferred, we have 3 categories. We have a preferred, which is our best rate. That's a day 1 coverage. We have our standard. That's our next best rate. That is for people that are insulin diabetics. And then we have our modified over here. And that is for people that have COPD, chronic heart failure, okay, and a lot of maybe issues going on in that situation. All right, so again, I have also from the week before, 2 weeks before, I have a training video, or I believe last week, let me go back, was on who can we write and how can we write them. Okay, so who can we write? I believe my little tab here, if I'm not mistaken, if I go to YouTube right here, yeah, you see that little, did you see how I clicked on that? So I clicked right in my training website right here. So it's Final Expense Live. I clicked right in my YouTube trainings and it went right to my YouTube trainings right here. Okay. Okay. Who do we know? How do we protect them? How to complete a telesales app over here. Okay. How to do that. How to complete a paper application. And then how to present the product. Okay. How to present the product. So this is very good because I try to cover a little bit of everything. Okay. And it looks, when you open these up, you can see these recorded. All right, so back to the rate calculator. Hope I'm not toggling around too much. I'll try to slow down and keep it simple. But if you just go into the rate right here, it's very easy. Pick a state. All of the states, by the way, have the same pricing. And click on Texas. Okay, 65-year-old, $15,000. Female, non-tobacco. So here's 2 riders real quick for brand new people, side note, and a refresher for other people. Child riders, we can write a rider on this policy, but you can go up to age 18, and then they fall off at 25. So they fall off the policy at 25, and you can write up to $10,000 on that. Okay, so you can cover kids. No matter if you got 1 or 22 kids, you can cover them, okay? All the way up to age 25. They have to be under 18 to write them, but they will stay on until they're 25, all right? And then the ADB, accidental death benefit rider, this will go up to 25,000. Okay, up to 25,000. Okay, so you can match your face amount. You can match your face amount with this accidental death, which means just like it reads, it's accidental death. If something happens, you can, if I can get that squeezed in there, you see the 15,000 up here at the top. So I could write another 15,000 on accidental death. Okay, if I did that, then it would double indemnify it. Okay, so I'm going to take these off just for the quoting purposes today. Calculate this thing up, $65.79. $65.79. Okay, so for this one. Now, a couple of things for brand new people and reminders for old. EFT is the form of payment we want. If you see to the right, it's about $4 a month, even less expensive or cheaper. Okay, so it's the best rate. It stays on the books for the longest. Okay, we have to really focus in this industry a lot on persistency, which means keeping the policy. Okay, you are dealing with people in this industry that may not have a lot of money, maybe middle and low income families. That this is very important. $65 is a lot of money for them. Okay, that's a lot of money per month. We're dealing with fixed incomes, people on Social Security. So we have to really focus on, a lot of these people, they don't have money in their bank account about 15 days out of the month, maybe even more. They just use it. They use it, month in, month out. So we have to really focus on asking them, and I mean, I hate to say it, we have to try to become first in line to get the money because it's the most important. So we have to really focus on when we draft the account and have the right account information, okay? Because this is the word persistency, okay, comes into play. That means how long you keep it, okay, how long you keep it on the books. But it's the best persistency, and you get a little 9-month advance on this, okay? So you get a 9-month advance on commissions on this, so that's very important too. A lot of people these days are using debit cards. Gosh, we've got to stay away from debit cards. And the reason is they get compromised all the time. And once you lose one or it gets compromised, then you're having to go back in there, change the card number out, change the card out. And then here we go. And it's really tough from that aspect because once you change the card out, you really sometimes don't know, well, I don't know if I've got this policy on this card, if it's drafting off to here. But every debit card has a checking account number attached to it. You just got to help the client go find it. You may have to call the bank. Most banks will, if you know this, but for routing number, just a little side note, if you're looking for a routing number, go to Google, ask the people, what bank do you use? I use Bank of America, look up that Bank of America in that hometown. Just type in your Google, type Bank of America, Georgetown, Texas routing number. It will bring up, that's public knowledge. You can get you can get the routing number off of the internet. And then all they've got to do is get the account number, and they probably may sometimes have it, may not. But if not, they can call the bank and most of the time get that. So be sure exhaust every effort to get the monthly EFT. If you can't, we do take credit cards. We do take the Direct Express card. Okay, we will write the Direct Express card, which is actually the Social Security card that is attached to, so basically what it is, it's a MasterCard, and the Social Security Administration funds that MasterCard. It's called the Direct Express, okay? This thing, I think I'm pretty sure it starts with 511248. So be looking for that. And then we do, and you get paid as earned on these monthly, okay? I'm having a hard time typing this morning. And then also on monthly direct, this is monthly bill. If people just want to pay cash, they can. Okay, again, this is as earned, and you will have to go get a cashier's check or a money order for this, okay? Or a money order for this, okay? And then you will have to send that in with the paper application, okay? You will have to send that in with the paper application, all right? So just know that these are the ways that the policy can be paid for. When you're doing a telesales app, and if you do a telesales app and you do a direct bill, you would have to print off the application, send that money in with the bill, okay? So anyways, take a look at that. What if Miss Jones says, no, Keelan, this is too high, I can't afford it, that's too much money, and it's gonna be too much for me. All I have to do is real simple, hit this button on the bottom, this back to calculator button, hit the back to calculator button, and just go simply back and say, Miss Jones, I do understand this. I'm glad you said something because we want to make sure that we get the premium right also. It's very important that we do because we want you to keep it forever. Remember, we really want you to keep it forever. So Miss Jones, let me ask you this. What could you afford? You know, what can you afford? What's going to be good for you? You know, and how much? She may say, what about $50, Keelan? Well, look here, right in the middle, I can go in here and put $50. It's real simple. Slide this button over here to premium and go back down and hit calculate at the bottom. And look at here. It comes up with, now, one notation, notate this. Don't use this and this to write the policy. This will just be an indicator. This will be an indicator as to how much they can afford. So Miss Jones can afford about $11,250 with her $50 bill. So, you know, at that point in time, you can go, perfect, Miss Jones. I'll tell you what, why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead and write the policy? 11,250 is still a good policy. Still going to pay for your funeral. Still going to leave money for other things, and you have a good policy. Now, what you would do from here, watch me real closely, is you would take that 11,250, hit the back to calculator button one more time, slide this back over to face amount. We always want to use the face amount, and I'm going to type in 12,500 here, okay? And I'm going to go down to calculate, and I'm going to go down to calculate. So it's actually $55.39 for 12,500. Okay, I could go down to 12,250 if I wanted to. You know, I think that's where we're at. Matter of fact, 12,000. You know, I go down to 11,250. I think that's where we're at. I'm sorry, I had a little brain lapse. So we're right there, 11,250 for $50.19. Okay, so just know this: the one cool part about it is right now, I want everybody to understand after the COVID. You know, we have what's beautiful about what we have now is we have two ways to write policies, two ways to help people out. You know, before COVID, you know, even this time last year, this was the only way we as Security National Life could do business. The only way we could do business is to sell a policy in person. Okay, that's the only way. You had to go see them, you had to shake their hand, you had to go visit with them, go to their house, paper application or whatever, but we had to see the people and be in front of the people. So that sometimes was a hindrance. Some people didn't want you coming to their house. Some people were afraid of you coming into their house. Some people don't want people in their house. Some people may have, you know, a pit bull in their front yard. Some people may just feel like it's too dirty for you to come in their house. And so it just breaks the deal up. They're like, no, if I can't get it online, I don't want it. You know, I really would prefer, you know, just to do this over the phone. Okay. So what did we do at that point in time? We had to turn them down. But look right now, look here, since the COVID, we can do it over the phone. So I challenge you to do this. I challenge you when you're talking to people, you're out with people, or you're making calls, or you're on the phone, or you're doing these, whatever. Make sure that now, guess what? The client is in charge, okay? And what I mean by that, in this case in point, the client is in charge, okay? So if I'm talking, you know, and I'm trying to sell a policy to Andrea, and I'm on the phone with Andrea, and I get her number, and we're talking a little bit, visiting, and I would go, hey, Andrea, you know, here's the deal. You know, I can do it two different ways. However y'all feel comfortable, however you feel comfortable, you know, I can come see you, you know, write this up, and we can do it, you know, the old-fashioned way, or I can do it over the phone right now. It takes about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and we can knock this out and be done with it and move on about the business. So now we are opening up our opportunities because now the client is in charge of how they want us to dictate business. Now, the other beauty about what we have going on now is that if you're licensed in multiple states, you can ride them from, you know, all over the state. You don't have to get in your car. You don't have to do that anymore. Okay, so I just want to let you know, y'all know that with this company, it's a very easy process too of how to sell a policy over the phone and how to sell a policy in person. And again, my YouTube channels right here will go through those two as to how you want to do business and which one. Okay, so next week I'll probably revert back to doing another training on how to write a policy and going through the ins and outs of the policies. But be sure to check these out in your spare time and watch some of these, because I think you're going to learn quite a bit from these other recorded videos. There's a telesales application And there's also a paper application training video. Okay, so take a look at those. All right. So we have two ways now to protect the people. Okay, we have the rate here, and you close the deal down, and that is the rate calculator. So play with the rate calculator. Remember earlier, I'm going to give you a little homework. There's a couple of things I need you to save to your phone. Again, remember, one of them is my training website. Save it to your phone or save it to your computer where you can get to it easily. The second thing I need you to save is the rate calculator here. Okay, so you see the rate calculator, just for brand new people, it's not an app. You're not going to find it in your Apple store or your Samsung App Pay or Samsung Store. You're not going to find it there. It is a website. Okay, so you can find a website here. So what are you going to have to do? Remember, the easiest way to do this, to save it to your home screen, to save it to your phone, right here, add the icon to your phones. Okay, that's what you're going to need to do. Okay, so again, homework, finalexpenselife.us and the rate calculator. This will help you be able to get rates from your phone anytime you want to, no matter where you're at. All right, so very important there. All right, the next thing I want to just kind of show you and go through on an overview again that you should save to your home screen is the agent portal. Okay, this is Agent Portal 2.0. Most of you that are brand new got a link to this within your startup email. If you're not brand new and you're a tenured agent and you're used to this screen, which is your old portal, it's very easy to find the new portal. Just go in New Business right here and see the orange bar. You click right there and it says you're invited to take a look at the Agent Portal 2.0. Okay, so bear with us. We're trying to transition from one to the other, and just know that right there. Some of the things that are good in Agent Portal 1.0, this tab right here that's underneath your new business is a very good tab, because it will show you once you write a policy and when you send it into the company, it will show you the progress of the policy, where it's at, if there's problem, if there's pending. If you see me text you and say, hey, you have a pending policy, go take a look at it, and if you need any help, let me know. That's where you're going to find it. Okay, there's also another opportunity right here to write the telesales. So if you see the telesales, anytime you see a red telephone, you'll see it on Agent Portal 1.0 here. You'll also see it over here on Agent Portal 2.0. Do you see the phone down here? So this is a very good box right here, because again, you can rate things, you can do a telesales app, and you can upload a paper app. It will show you all of your commissions, and I hope they're filled with a bunch of dollar signs. It will show you how many policies you have, your persistencies, and everything else. Okay. It also has some good little running things right here. If you're brand new and you're a rock star, don't miss on this 2022 President's Trip. Read about it. It just started. You're not too late. Okay. You have another 12 months to get in there. I think it's $90,000 to get there, but it's very good. We've been to, all over the world. We're supposed to go to Israel this year in October, but I don't believe that's going to happen with the chaos. We went to Monaco the year before, Alaska cruise the year before, and I think they went to Thailand the year before on that. But be on the lookout. I believe this next one, just telling you where I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be in Bali probably, which will be really neat. So jump on board. If you're a hot rod, you can get that done, and knock it out. Love to see you there. Love to see you there. Okay, so you have in person and over the phone. You have your rate calculator. Play around right here. Brand new agents, I want you to go through these in detail. Please, 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 a little homework. This shows you all the policies we offer. I'll show you a little hint of it. We have 4 policies here at Security National Life. You'll look here and you see the age groups: Simple Security Plan, Security Care Plan, MIB, and iCare. Okay, so you can read those. Slowly go through those and take a look at them. But you got the policies we offer. You have a simple security plan summary right here. Go ahead and play with that. This is a really cool PDF for you to open up. It's going to be cool for you to send to people. You can screenshot it, you can download it, you can print it off. These are very good for, let's say you want to go out and somebody says, hey, can you send me something? Can you send me something? Do you have anything you can send me? So this is something that we can use to send people. Send me something, okay? Rate book and underwriting. You got to know your rate book, but take a look in the rate book. It's going to tell you about the policies, and it's going to tell you what we take as far as the guidelines go. Okay. For example, this is our simple security plan. And just to rehash this for people, because I get the questions all the time, how much, what's the maximum we can write? Well, if you look right here, preferred plan, standard plan, and modified. Okay. So we can, again, we can go up to $10,000 on people up to 90 on preferred and standard. And those are what? Coverage from day one coverages, okay? And then you get your modified, and this is your modified. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple of terms here to not use, okay? Okay, this is the word we don't use. That's a no-no word, okay? So we don't use that, which means we don't tell people, well, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. It's a waiting period, okay? So try not to say that. Say it in this tone. Instead of saying, well, Albert, you're gonna have to wait, 2 years before any coverage comes along. You're gonna have to wait for it. There's a waiting period. And just don't die in 2 years because you're not gonna get your money. That's not something we say. You clearly, because what you have to understand is the people that are getting a modified policies have issues. And they have issues with us. They're going to have issues with whoever you write it with, or whoever's written it with, Trans, Force, or Mutual, or whoever, Lincoln, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So lots of times there are even things in here. We have a lot of things in here, and we're not going to go over all the conditions today. That's another training. But that we cover that they don't. But here's the positive. Here, hey, Albert, I know you've got COPD, and I'm not just using you because you're on the line here, but you have COPD, you've got chronic heart failure, and you're diabetic. But the good news is, Albert, we've got you covered. We've got a policy for you. So that's the good news. Yeah. And if anything were to happen to you within 2 years, and I say this point blank, but nothing's going to. You're not going anywhere, are you? You plan on going anywhere? So for the first 2 years, but even if something happened, the first 2 years, and here's the thing, Albert, if anything ever happened to you in the first 2 years in an accident, we would still cover the full face amount. Accidental, it'll be full face amount. But for the first 2 years, if anything happens to you, we're going to pay your beneficiary all the money that you even put in there. Plus, we're even going to add 10% on top of that. Okay. And then on the 25th month, you're going to go and get full face amount. Okay. On the 25th month, you'll get full face amount. Okay. So just look at that. One other thing to notate, I want to just point out because I get these questions sometimes. If you have someone that's over 85 and they're modified, we can't write them, okay? We can only write people over 85 in standard and preferred. You see these? But we will go to 90 on standard and preferred right in here, okay? So very crucial. Just take a look at those and take a look at your maximums here, okay? Rarely do we have problem with maximums because in final expense, we just don't. All right. So take a look at that. Take a look at those plans. One other thing too that comes up quite a bit: if someone doesn't qualify for simple security plan or the security care plan, they will get what we call an MIB plan. Okay, they can get the MIB plan. So if you see at the very last page of your rate book and underwriting here, you'll see this page right here. Let me kind of explain that really quickly. This is what we call a monthly increasing benefit. So if you look at the word right here, monthly increasing, this doesn't stand for MIB plan, just doesn't stand for Medical Information Bureau like we're all kind of used to in the insurance industry. It's called monthly increasing. And here's how it increases. Here's what happens. So you're going to have the client has a bucket over here. I just like, to use, be visual. Okay. And so let's say you have someone right in this age group. So you see the age groups up here, they're right here. Let's say somebody is 60 years old and they want $9,000 worth of coverage. Okay. So they're 60 years old. They're going to pay a 10 pay, which means they pay it for 10 years and then it's paid up. Okay. So they pay it for 10 years, then it's up. If you look at these percentages right here, these are called bumps. These are interest rates, okay? So it's basically an interest rate. So every month, Mr. Jones is gonna pay $60 right here, okay? You see me, okay? $60 here, and that money is gonna go into the bucket, okay? That's gonna go in the bucket, $60. Security National Life is gonna take 25% of that, which, so if you do the math, that's another $15. Okay, every month, and we are going to add to Mr. Jones's bucket too. Okay, so every month that 60 is going to go in, that 15 is going to go in there. If Mr. Jones were to pass away in a tragic accident, then the family would get the full $9,000. Okay, the family would get the full $9,000 in that case in point. Other than that, if Mr. Jones were to pass away in the first 10 years, the beneficiary gets all of the bucket, okay? All of the bucket, okay? All the money in the bucket, okay? So it's a growing plan. You can write it for 3, 5, but look at these interest rates. I know I've kind of made a mess of it, but look at these interest rates here, 42.8, 25, 11, and 2.5 down here, okay? So we always want to try to, the first ditch is to try to make sure we write a policy. It has day one coverage, the simple security plan or security care. But if not, we can go in there and write this MIB plan and cover them, okay, for that period of time. And it's a growing plan. So just want to kind of show you that. I've got kind of another agenda today, but I wanted to at least show you where that's at and how to look at it, okay? Medications, we got to get good at medications, everybody. I strongly challenge you. My challenge today is to go in here, spend some time in the medications guide, see what we take, see what we don't take. The longer you can spend in here and the more the key to this game, the key to this business is not to just, absolutely just tell people, well, I don't know if we can cover you. I don't know if we can do anything with you. The key to this game right here is to go in and go, oh, you've had a stroke? Yeah, we can cover you. Oh, you've got asthma? Yeah, we can cover you. Oh, you've got COPD? Yeah, we can cover you. Oh, I take high blood pressure. We can cover you. Oh, I've had cancer, but it's cured. I've cured a cancer. Perfect. We can write you. Okay. That is the key. It's not about what we can't write. Okay. It is about what we can write and what we do cover and what we can, protect people. So go in here and look around, not just at the medicines. You don't have to learn all these hard to read medicines. And we're pretty excited coming out pretty soon. We've got a great opportunity within our telesales application, which is going to be really slick. I'm really excited about it. We've been wanting this for 3 years now, to where we can go in and start typing the drug name, and there will be a list of drugs that pop up, and we're going to be able to choose from them. So I'm super excited about that opportunity. But go in here and spend a little time, okay? Height and weight, I need you brand new people to really know this and be able to use it. Here's the reason. If you have somebody that's 5'6", okay, and you want to write them a preferred plan, 5'6", they have to weigh under 249 to get preferred or standard. They have to weigh under 268 to get graded. What happens if they're over 268 at 5'6"? I don't know if you can see this at the bottom, but 5'6" will actually go up to 343 pounds. Okay. This is the only time, take note, this is the only time we would write the security care plan versus the simple security plan. That'd be the only time, is if they're heavy. Okay. If they're too short for their weight. Here's the other thing too. If they actually go over this 343, if they're over 343, we can still cover them. We're just going to need to write them on an MIB plan, okay? So when you're going into a client's house, it's very crucial that you go in and you really talk to them and really know their height and weight, so that you know whether to put them on preferred, standard, or graded. And if they weigh, if they're 5'6" and they weigh 249, you ask them to take their boots off, and they're 248, 247. I'm just playing, but still, you know what I mean. You need to be underneath, and we're on the guidelines here, with also being clear to the company and fair to the company. Okay, so I've included that. I think maybe you're getting a taste of why I've included these on my training website, so you can ask for, you can find them really quickly. So you can really find them really quickly. Okay. The next thing too, everybody just really please focus on this. I challenge you. One of my challenges is for everybody to get a lot better and, improve your referral business. Referral business is huge in this business. It's huge in every business, but it's really huge in this business. So what we've done, and I helped the company do this, is I wanted something that a second grader could read or a third grader could read. I wanted to pretend like we're back in kindergarten and go, "Hey, little Johnny, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you good? Are there any questions? Do you good? Yeah." I wanted that kind of feeling because it is important. It is important. I didn't want it to be some long, drawn, cumbersome, questionnaire that you couldn't use. So here's the deal. At the very end of your sale, this is a very important paper for you to have, because I tell you, I'm not going to, I won't go through the numbers right now, but when I was with Farmers Insurance, we did an interview with some clients that had just gotten policies with us. And we asked them, did the agent ask you for a referral? And 8 out of 10 said, no, they didn't. They didn't ask me for a referral. Did you know that out of those 8 that said they didn't, we asked them again, if they had asked you for referrals, would you have given them to them? They said, every one of them said, yes, we would have. Because guess what? They trust you by now. They love you. You've been in their house. You've hugged their neck. You've got their social. You know their medicines. How tall they are, how big they are. I hate to use the word fat, but just how big or fat or tall or skinny. You know everything about them. Okay, you've got the credit card numbers. They've given you their bank account number. Don't you think they trust you? Don't you think they really love you now? And a lot of people get offended if you don't ask for referrals, because they're like, man, am I the only one that's getting this policy? Am I the only one that's doing this with this company? Doesn't he want to? I've got aunts, uncles, and friends and neighbors. So try to make it a part of your game. Try to make it a part of your game to use this form, and at the end of your sale, say, did I make you feel comfortable? Are you happy with everything I provided? Okay. The other thing we're trying to do here is, and I'm just kind of going back basic, so bear with me, solidify the sale. What I mean by solidifying the sale means make it solid, make the people feel comfortable, make it stick, make them want to keep this policy for the rest of their life, because that's the goal. Okay. Did I answer all your questions? Yes or no? Would you recommend me to friends and family? Yes. All right, then write some down here. Write some names down here. Okay. Give me some names. Give them to me. Because here's the deal. And I always tell people, I want to build my book of business. And yes, Mrs. Jones, I do make money doing this. It's not a nonprofit. I do make money doing this. And this is my job. This is how I feed my family. But I do want people just like you. Okay. I want clients just like you. Okay. So I challenge you to really, and this is a form that will help you to get better at asking for referrals. Okay. Ordering leads. This is where we're going to land today, because I think it's real crucial. We get these questions all the time about leads. Do you have leads? Does your company have leads? What are you doing for leads? How do I find people? I do a lot of training on natural markets too. The people you're around. What are you doing from day to day? Who do you know? And even last week, I did a training on who do you know? I mean, who cuts your hair? Who washes you? Those are people. I mean, look, I do this on my trainings, is that go through your contact list. There's tons of people in your contact list that you love. And I'm going to tell you what, every one of your contact lists in 100 years from now, maybe even less, maybe 80 years from now, maybe 70 years from now, because most people don't have phones till they're 20 or 18 or whatever. But 80, 70 years from now, everybody that's a contact in your phone will be dead. I can guarantee you that. Okay. Everyone will pass away that's in your contact list. There's 100% chance that's going to happen. What isn't 100% chance of that of it is happening is that, are you going to protect all of them? Are you going to ask all of them? What percentage of those 100 people that are going to pass away in your contact list are going to know what you do, and know that you can protect them? How many? Is it going to be 1%? Is it 5%? Is it 10%? Is it 20%? Is it 80%? Can you lay your head on the pillow at night, knowing that there's people in that phone that you didn't tell them what what you did, and they passed away? Okay, I know it gets a little deep, but just think about it. But beyond that, ordering leads, we are really ramping up our lead program. And we have added a couple of new things here recently. Matter of fact, the thing you're going to read about today just came out today, this morning, because I was talking to Tommy Overton, and I'll get into that here in a second. But what you have to know is that just think about this: 10%, okay, of your annual premium goes into lead credit. Okay, goes into lead credit. Okay, what does lead credit mean? Well, here's how you can leverage lead credit. I know there's agents out here that are with other companies. I won't mention their names, and they're writing with other carriers. And maybe those other carriers take commissions out of their pocket to pay for leads. Maybe they charge them for leads. They buy leads off their commissions. I know that, and we all know that. We don't do that. We give you your commissions to you and hold it in your hand. What we do is we give you lead credit. So everything you write gets lead credit. And I'm about to go through, probably this afternoon, maybe tomorrow, lead credit. And I will probably be, if you get an email from me or a text from me saying, hey, you have lead credit to use, this is what I'm talking about, this lead credit. So you're very fortunate. 10% of everything you write, I'm not drawing very well this morning, it goes into another bucket, So 10% of everything you write goes into this bucket, okay? So let's say, for example, you write $2,000 worth of business. And remember, I know y'all don't like to see this and don't like for me to do this, because you're 1099. But here is my goal, okay? Again, y'all are going to see it over and over. This is my goal for y'all, and you may like it or not, but I just think it's very important that we try to, complete 2 policies a month. That's only 2 policies with this a month. Surely you can find a couple of people a month. And sometimes if you fall short and write 1, because I think it's just very good that you keep your skill sets up and you keep protecting people. People are counting on you, and people. Come on, every one of y'all know people to go talk to. Come on, let's get real. And you can find people to protect. Okay, so I don't think 2 is too much. And we as a company, are investing in you. Okay. And so I think you've invested back on us. What about the apps? I got a question here. What about the apps we can't do as an e-app? Maybe I'm confused about the question, Mike. Can you reword that question? I'm confused about that one. So let's say you write $2,000 worth of business in 1 month. I'm really having a hard time typing it. Okay, 2,000. Well, 10% of that, I know most of y'all can do the math, but 10% of that is going to be $200. Okay, so you're going to get $200 into your lead bucket for that month. Okay, and it's going to stay there as long as you have your lead bucket there. So let's say we go out and let's say 1 month we're like, okay, we want to buy some leads, Keelan. We want to buy some Facebook leads here. Okay, they're $20 a piece. Okay, so we want to go out and buy 20 Facebook leads at $20. So we got 20 times 20 equals $400. I'm just kind of doing an example right here. So we're going to get 20 Facebook leads, okay, and they're $400. Well, here's the cool part about it. Out of this $400, 200 of it is already in your bucket. This money, visualize this, this money is sitting there and it is tax-free. It never touches your pocket. It's tax-free money. So you're going to be able to take this $200, go over here, and Security National Life is going to go in and pay that $200, which reduces your portion down to $200 out of your pocket, and that is tax deductible. Okay? Tax deductible. Okay, so you've got tax-free money over here. paying for half your leads. You got your portion is tax deductible. You've got a $200 tax deductible investment in your business for 20 Facebook leads. And most of the time, 20 Facebook leads will turn into 3 to 4 sales typically, okay? 3 to 4 sales on average. And you know how much premium you can get out of 3 or 4 sales. If we average $70 or $60, I'll just keep it easy, 720, you've got about another $2,000 in annualized premium over here that you wrote. You spent 200 to get 2,000 tax deductible. And remember what it said, rinse and repeat. $200 is going to go back in there off that 2,000, and you got another 200, and you rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. You spend another $200 right here, and you spent $400 to make $4,000, and it just goes and goes and goes and goes. Okay. So most of the people that leverage our lead program love it. You just got to be consistent about taking some of this premium that you make. And we always like to say 10%, whatever you want, take 10% back, hide it in a jar in the backyard or put it in another account, but take 10% of your commissions and put it back in. We're investing with you. You invest in here, and we keep the leads coming and keep the leads flowing. And you always have somebody to talk to and always have referrals to work. And that's how the business works. Okay. If you have a month, you want to go on vacation and you're not ordering leads, that's okay. Your bucket will still grow. Okay. So what kind of leads do we have? This is still direct mail is still probably one of the best things as far as final expense goes. You can send out mailer. These are our 3 companies that we work closely with. We have some new things coming down the pipeline for you. I won't spoil the beans or spill the beans, but we are going to be able to provide you with direct mail leads in the future from one of our portals. But right now, we're using these vendors, and all you got to do is call them up, tell them you're an agent with Security National Life, give them your number, and they will see how much lead credit you have, and they will apply it to your purchase, and you pay for the rest, okay? Facebook leads, if you're looking to order Facebook leads, on Agent Portal 2.0, under Marketing tab, you can go into orders right here, and you can go into leads. You go into the leads right here and order your Facebook leads right here, okay? So that's where you would order it on Agent Portal 2.0, right there. Don't look necessarily at this right here because it's not in effect yet, okay? So don't do that, all right? So anyways, Facebook leads, this is where these are at, okay? So take note of that if you want Facebook leads, okay? And then right now, this is cool. We are using for right now, as of yesterday, this is our telemarketed vendor that we're using. They're $10 a lead. And for brand new people, what they have and what he has, if you go in here and click, and if you want this actual flyer, let me know, okay? But here is the specials that Mark and them at Lead Villas are working with us on right now. Let me boil it down a little bit, bear with me, okay? So if you were to go in here and want to get some final expense leads in your area code for 20 of them, you can do it for $11, okay? So you're gonna get 20, okay, 20 leads for $22, for 20 leads for $220. If you do a statewide campaign, it'll go down to 10, okay? But just know that if you get into here and you go statewide and somebody wants you to come see them, okay, then you might be a little tough. And again, let me just tell you this. If you get in a situation where you have a client, you know, up in Lubbock, Texas, or way up in the Panhandle, and you can't get to them, but you know they want a policy, let me know. I have agents all over the state and all over, you know, Colorado and New Mexico and Oklahoma. Let me know, and I can find an agent to go write it, and they'll just split the policy with you, split it up, okay? And then, so this is a leads villa. So when you get ready to go buy leads, you know, you can call me or you can talk to Leads Villa for telemarket leads. Here is one cool thing. I'm going to spill the beans, but this came out just this morning. We have not been able to use lead credit right here for this specific lead. So they're $10 a piece because this vendor is not approved with us. I'm just using them. It's a great vendor. We just haven't been able to get them approved yet. because what Tommy, my boss, is working on is right here underneath the lead jerk. Matt Lowry, he has now, as of yesterday, agreed, and we have now cut a deal to work with him on being able to use lead credit for telemarketing. So that's a big, if everybody knew how big this is, it's a huge round of applause for this, because here's what it does for you guys. I'm telling you, this is crazy good. When you look at this right here and you look at this opportunity that we have that's launched today, I've been trying to get this done for 2 years now. I'm just telling you, I'm super excited. So if you go in here and you look at this right here and you look at this number right here, okay, to be able to come in here, everybody, y'all don't know how big this is, but to be able to come in here and cut this cost in half is huge. You don't know how huge it is, because these are telemarketed leads that come to you, and he is actually using, a script, and you can go in here and look. I'm actually going to update my training website today because I'm so excited. But gosh, y'all don't know how big this is, because to take and be able to take this number right here, this $14, and cut it in half and make it $7, $7 for a telemarketed lead that says, Bill's going to call me back, Jill will call you back, Tina will call you back, whoever will call you back. And to be able to talk to those people, Travis will call you back, Kelly will call you back. That's big. $7 a piece. I mean, you get 30 of those things and you call people back immediately. That's a big deal. Okay. So you're going to see more, because I'm super excited about this. I am very excited. And by the way, almost excited about this as I was yesterday. So y'all don't know this, but I'm going to tell you that my daughter is graduating tomorrow from high school. And yesterday she signed a letter of intent. She's got a full ride to college scholarship to Wichita Falls, Texas, and Midwestern. So she has a full ride, and I'm super excited about that. It saves me and her mother some money. And plus she's going to go to college and be with her friends, go to the dorms and run college. So she's been working on this a long time. So I'm one proud dad. So I got one more to go though. So thank y'all for the virtual claps. I can hear them all now. So, but $7 a lead, I'm telling y'all, that's a big deal in this. That's a big deal in this industry, the $7 lead. Okay. The beauty of it also is, with a telemarketed lead, you're going to get some leads that are no good. You're going to get some leads that are no good. And they're, thank you, Albert. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Travis and Kelly. Really appreciate that. You're going to get some leads that are no good, but who cares for $7? I mean, who cares? You're going to get some that are good and some that are bad. And this leads me to really what I wanted to talk to you and land on today. And it wasn't this, but here's really what I want to land on today. If I can land somewhere, is I'm going to find kind of a blank page in here, and I'm not trying to show my face. And I don't know, matter of fact, I'm going to cover this right here because I don't know why my profile says what it does right here, but the words got messed up, and it really is not designed to say, give you guidance to put you on a fast track to suck. I don't know how that happened on my page. It's supposed to be success. And maybe if I hit the show more button here, there we are. That's what I did. I saw that while ago. I was training. I was like, what in the world is going on here? So there we are. Look forward to many years' success together. But I want to talk about this. And, and it really hit home the other day when we were doing the live training. And, when we talk about leads and we talk about the business we're in and we talk about leads, we really have to be really good at finding how the customer, I'm trying to word it properly, how the customer wants us to communicate with them. So I like red. Let me do red. Let me go back over here. How does the customer, or how are we going to communicate with the customer? How do we communicate with the customer? And what I mean by that is that we all come from different places. Okay, man, I really can't talk this morning. So we all come from different places. Some people respond better to this. Some people respond better to this. I know this because I respond to y'all all the time. I know some of you don't even read my email, and that's okay. Some of you don't like a text; it's impersonal. Some people like phone calls. Okay. Some people like training in person. Some people like training over Zoom. Okay. Some people write in all caps, some people not. But how are we going to, if we buy one of these leads up here, if we buy one of these leads right here, and we have a lead, it's a telemarketed lead, okay? And I don't know if I still have this up or not, but I had my email up earlier. I don't have it up right now, but my email, if y'all want a sample, you can listen to a sample recording of what they say in these telemarketed leads. But let's say we get a telemarketed lead tomorrow, okay? And I get one in, and I buy one, and I get the other end of the line. You listen to the recording. By the way, for those of y'all that don't know, you can hear the phone call. It's recorded with the client, potential client, and they'll, they go through everything. And here's an actual script of what they say right here. This is an actual script. My name is blah. The reason I'm calling you. So what's the best time to call you back? How old are you? If you choose this coverage, who's your beneficiary? Which plan would you like? Verify your name, address, and number. Lastly, what's your favorite color? So these are the things you're going to get in your lead back to you. These things. Okay. So they're actually talking. I was talking to an agent the other day and I said, what do you like best? Do you like mail out? Do you like telemarketer? Do you like Facebook leads? And he goes, Keelan, he goes, they're all good. He goes, they're all good. It just depends on how you work them. Okay. It depends on how you work them. Okay. So let me give you a little sample of what I think would work. It's not the only way to do this, but here's a sample of what I think would work on a telemarketing lead or maybe a Facebook lead. I know I might be old school and a lot of people may not agree with me, but it's just me, and maybe this is a bad sales technique or whatever, but I want my business to be clean and I want the agents to be clean. I don't think that we need to be training and bringing up, agents that aren't truthful. I don't think that if a client says, can you have somebody call me back, that somebody just goes and knocks on their door within 3 minutes and barges into their house. I don't think that's what we need to be known for, because I just think that's kind of underhanded, and I don't want to make a dollar by being underhanded. I want to make a dollar. I want to protect people by being honest, and this is so. When I say that, this is why I believe that some form of this technique should be used when we're talking about leads. Okay. Number one, if you get a lead, you're going to simply just call Mr. Jones, call Mrs. Jones and go, hey, this is me. This is who I am. I'm calling you because I got your information from the company and they said you were interested in visiting about state regulated final expense. Is this a good time to visit right now? It's pretty simple. The script is pretty simple, and everybody's gonna, pretend like you're calling your best friend and go, hey, what's up? How you doing, man? Sorry I missed your phone call, but I'm calling you back. Okay. A lot of people have a lot of different set of opinions about this one, but I'm just going to tell you my opinion, and because I can't. So I think you need to leave a voicemail, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But I think call number one, you leave a voicemail and you go, hey, Kelly, I'm going to be calling you. This is Keelan. I'm with Security National Life. I'm local. I'm your local agent here. I got your information. I'll be calling you back tomorrow. If you would like, you can give me a ring back or text me. Okay. Just leave it simple. Leave a voicemail. Go through your list. Call them. Okay. Day two. Maybe I'll just call it day two. Okay. This may be day one up here. Let's just do that. It doesn't have to be a day. It can just be step one or day two. I think you call again. Okay. The reason is that there's a good chance that they listened to that voicemail possibly. And if they did listen to the voicemail, they're either maybe going to call you back or text you back and go, no, thank you, I don't want this, or call you back and go, oh yes, we've been looking for this. We really, are excited and we really want to get, so good, you're good. But if you don't leave a voicemail, they don't have a chance to call you back and they don't know who you are. And the second time you call back, they're really not going to answer the phone because they think it's really a scammer at that point in time. So credibility is really good. Whether credibility gets you the sale or they tell you no, go, butt a stump, as they say in old terms. But we need to start off right. Day 2, call. If they don't answer, leave a voicemail again. Then follow it up with this. So my conversation goes like this. Hey, Raymond, I'm calling you again. I didn't get you yesterday. I'm calling you again. This is Keelan Johnson, Security National Life. I'm right around the corner from you. I'm calling you again because I'd like to visit with you. I'm also going to send you a text with my business card. Okay. So here's, if you don't have this, go to an app. There's an app called Haystack. And this will help you get a virtual business card. Okay. So now on day 2, I've called them, left them another voicemail. I've texted them. Do y'all know how many people lots of times will respond to a text and not a voicemail? They're just busy. They don't want to talk. They just want the information. They're busy. Okay. And again, I want to be clear. We're not just out there to just give quotes. We're out to work with people. So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to shortchange the system of how we need to go in and tell them the pros and the cons of the business, the pros and the cons of the policy. I'm just trying to, guess what? Figure out how they want to communicate with me. Figure out their language, figure out their tone. But now, if I've done day 2, I've left a text. I've left my business card, which has my picture on it. Now, they not only have heard my voice, guess what? They've seen my text and they've seen my picture. They know I'm a real person. I'm a live, real person. Okay. So it's very, 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 Larry, what age are these leads? You should be able to determine your age and demographics on there. Okay, Larry. So you should be able to go in there and filter that out. Larry asked what are the age of the leads. You should be able to determine what age leads you want. Okay. So now I am establishing credibility. Okay. On day 2. Okay. Day 3 or third time right there. Okay. Do what you want, but I would say I would text them one more time and text them something of the nature of, I'll be out in your area this next week. When's a good time that we can visit? Okay. See if they answer that again. Okay. So now you've got 2 calls into them, 2 voicemails into them, 2 texts into them. They see your picture. They know you're real. Okay. And now you're hitting all their buttons. What is the last step, or day 4? Okay. Now you can go in and go into, there's another app that I strongly suggest you do. It's a Route for Me, okay, app. And this will allow you to take all of those, okay, all of those locations. Oh, Kelly, yeah. So Kelly, it's a Haystack. So if you see my writing up here, maybe Kelly on the screen. Hopefully you can see it. Haystack app is the virtual business card. Is that what you're asking for? Hopefully that was. Now on Route for Me, okay, I can take all those leads up here out of those 20 or 30 leads that didn't answer, didn't call me back, didn't text me, didn't see my face, and guess what I'm going to go do? I'm going to put them in Route for Me and go door knock. Okay. Now, when I show up and I go door knock, what am I going to have in my hand? I'm going to have the lead, printed off lead that they did. I'm going to have because on your phone, on your emails, you're going to get a recording of the phone call that they made from that address. You're going to have a recording of the phone call on your phone. So if they say, I didn't do it, you can say, oh, really? Who is this then that's talking to the company? Okay. And you're going to have your business cards, of course, and your apps and everything else. Okay. This is in case, so what I've done here, if you see this process for every lead, do you know reason I think most agents fail in this business? They stop right here. They stop right here. They just call and they go, well, it was a bad number. Nobody's answering my phone call. I'm not going to leave a voicemail. I'm going to try to trick them into answering. They, some agents think that. Trick them into answering. They'll answer eventually. I'm going to trick them. And then I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to show up on their doorstep and not because, you know, that might work every once in a while, but I don't know if I can lay my head on the pillow by that process. I would rather get told no than I had, really bother people to that avail. The reason I do think you should do this right here at the very end is because maybe their phone number was bad. Maybe they don't have texting. Okay. Maybe they don't have a way to communicate. Maybe the phone number was bad. And when you go to their door, you can go like this and you can say, hey, Bill, I just want to let you know I've been texting you. I've texted you a couple of times and I've called you a couple of times. I just couldn't get a hold of you. I don't know if your phone's bad or phone's off right here. And also, when you go to that door, okay, and you go to that door, and I'm just going to say this, and you're dressed with your SNL shirt on right here, and you're dressed with an SNL shirt on right there with a lanyard around your neck, and your business card from Haystack also shows that, and you knock on the door there, and if they really did get your text, they're going to go, oh, you're the one that's been trying to contact me. Yeah, I am. I'm that guy, I'm glad you noticed it. And sorry if I was bothering you, but it's really just my job to come help you out. Okay. It's really my job to help you out. Okay. So here's the thing. We got to hit all their senses. We got to figure out whether they want to talk to us. We got to figure out whether they want to text us. We got to build credibility with our face and who we are with a virtual business card. We got to give them at least 2 calls, 2 texts. We got to go see them just in case they don't have any of these options up here and exhaust the lead. If you'll do this process or some form of this process in some way or fashion, it doesn't have to be this. You got to know Keelan Johnson's not going to make you a robot. But if we can sharpen this process and order a $7 lead up here, $37 leads, and rinse and repeat this process. You may change it around. You may want to call once and then do a text. You may want to wait 2 or 3 days in between. But I will tell you this, on telemarketed lead, they're very time sensitive. They're very time sensitive. Okay, so their leads are very time sensitive. Okay, so if you don't get on them pretty quick, then they could expire and run out, and they will have already found another company to go with. Okay. The other thing that I'm gonna just wanted to just bring up here, and then I'll land. I know I've gone an hour and a half, but timing. Everybody realize that timing for a client is crucial. Timing meaning when they're going to buy, when they're going to purchase, when they're ready to do business. Okay. And the when and the when and the when. But just because this client doesn't want to purchase a policy today, okay, just because doesn't mean they want to purchase the one tomorrow, but you have to get a system down to be able to go back into this lead and these leads that you bought and come back and rinse and repeat this 6 months down the road, 12 months down the road, okay? And do this process, but you need a system in place to where you keep these, okay? Back in the old days, there were shoebox leads, right? They were in shoeboxes, literally in shoeboxes, and you would run a blitz and you would go out in the town. We're going to go blitz an area. You put them back in the shoeboxes, the one you didn't sell, and about every 6 months, you'd bring those back out and try to go see the same people because timing is important, okay? But I'm just going to leave you with this. If I can do anything today and help, try to help out, is that when you buy leads, there's no doubt buying leads or working leads, there needs to be a process. And when you find a process you're comfortable with, rinse and repeat it, keep it going. This is also going to give you an opportunity to win. And what we're working on now with our new CRM, and you should have one already, is you should have a process to where you have ways to move a lead from, you called them, they want a quote, you set an appointment, you're waiting for the sale, and waiting for the sale, what day it is, and then you close the process. Something to that nature, to where you are going and you're going from this step to this step, this step to this step, this step to this step, and this step to this step. I know this is sales 101, but if you have 8 or 9 things in this about to close box, that's exciting. Okay. If you have nothing in your close box, you better go buy some more leads or find some leads in here. If you have 7 or 8 deals that are quoted, you need to work on setting some appointments to go see the people. Okay. If you've got appointments that are not coming to fruition, maybe your appointment setting is wrong. So anyways, I just say that to say this, is that have a process, but work your leads, exhaust your leads, because you don't know which one of these steps the person is going to go pick up the phone or text you back and go, I've been getting your calls. I'm at work. I can't talk. Thank you for texting me. Okay. I don't have my phone voicemail box is full. I don't have a way to voicemail. I don't text. I'm too old. I don't like texting. Okay. Perfect. I'll come see you then. Okay. So you're going to find out through this process how people communicate the best. But remember this, the way your clients communicate with you isn't necessarily how you want to communicate with them. You've got to be diversified in the way that you try to get a hold of your clients and your leads. Again, if I see people fail in this business, they get to this first step and they get frustrated and they don't move any further at all along other than this first step. And they go, these leads are terrible. I tried to call them and nobody answered. Well, did you text them? Well, no, I don't do text. Well, you might want to start doing text. What, did you go see them? No, I don't like getting out of my car and the COVID and I don't have enough gas money. Okay, well, then don't be mad if you didn't exhaust the lead, because you really didn't give it all you had. So I'm super excited about, in my mind, I do love, the mail out leads. One last thing to know, if you're interested also, and you're appointed in, 10 states ish, 10 states or so, or maybe even 9, we do have a program that is going in full force right now for people that want to do live TV transfers. Okay. And people that want to do TV leads. Okay. This is a program, it's pretty high end. You've got to commit 3 days a week or so, have a headset, take live transfers, take live calls. They're pretty expensive. They can get pricey, $40, $50, $60 a piece, but we do have that going on if you would like to be a part of that. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of show you today the opportunities that we have from a lead standpoint. I would love to work with you, and you're going to see more of me texting you or emailing you, hey, you have money in your lead account. What do you want to do with it, or do you want to do something with it? Because I think we need people to see, and that's important. Okay. So whether you're doing a $7 telemarketing lead, or you're one of those that's rocking and rolling on your headset in your office, 3 days a week, we can take care of you, and we will leverage the company's money to help you do that. Okay. That's the beauty of it. We will leverage the company's money to do that. So we're pretty excited about that. Okay. Robert, contact me afterwards and we'll get to visiting about that as far as any of these lead processes. Okay. I want to just finish with this. And I always say this. Okay. Let's serve our people. We are in the service industry. We sell, don't get me wrong, but I think we're in a service industry more than we are selling. We serve our people. Okay. Get branded, get a blue shirt or whatever color shirt, get branded, get a lanyard, serve your people, because you know what? One policy today, one policy tomorrow, one policy next month. Those aren't policies. Those aren't commissions. Those are families protected. And somebody's going to appreciate you really doing that for them and their family one day. You're in a special environment right now. People are concerned. Their eyes have been opened, and you need to be out there saying, I can do it. I can do it. I'm your person. I'm your man. You know, I'm your Larry. I'm your Albert. I'm your Jill. I'm your whoever. Okay. Well, I appreciate y'all. I've taken an hour and 32 minutes. Again, you know, I care for every single one of you. I'm here for you. You got to know that. Use me, and I will help you out. Let's get in this car together and let's drive this. Let's protect families. Have a great rest of your Thursday. And if I don't talk to you, great weekend. We've got June coming up. So if you didn't hit your 2+ goal in May, you still got time in June to rock and roll, put some money in your pocket and your families, protect some policies, protect some people. I care for every one of y'all. Thank you for spending the time with me today. And as I say in Texas, adios.
Thanks, Keelan.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Keelan.
You bet. Thank y'all. Have a good week.